Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depend on your time and your location. My Genu Biafrans. I read this from RealBiafraTv, bringing you the revelation of hope and also things that will put you on the right track if you really want Biafra. If you really want Biafra, that is things that we are here to bring to your doorstep. And that thing that you are forgetting, you want to very fastly make you to understand the situation at hand and why you must stand on the side of United States of Biafra. It is very imperative as you join me this evening or this night, depending on your time and your location, for you to share and like the program so others may know that we are live. What it takes to get what we are looking for is what you ask yourself: do I have it? What it takes to get what we are looking for is what you ask yourself: do I have it? If you don't have what it takes to get what we are looking for, there is things we'll be doing. One, you will misleading people. So before we further go, please take up your time, like and share the program as you come in, please. It is very, very imperative if you do so. Like and share the program. Take your 1 minute or take your little minute of your time, please, to share and like the program so other people may know that we are live this midnight or early morning, depending on your time and your location. Like I told you, what we are doing, we don't need to take an excuse from anybody to do it in our own way. But in any way we do it, we must make sure that whatever we are doing this time around is enshrined with all the international laws, all the treaties that binds what we are doing. These are the most important part of it that you as a Biafran must try to understand into what we are doing. Do not just do something because of other people are doing it. Do not just give order because other people are giving order. Do not just talk because you know how to talk or you feel like you can talk. No, do not do that. But talk because of you watch around and understand the importance of things that are playing out right now and where we are right now. Before we go into the main program we have today, I have reminded you here that Simon Ekpa will be free. Nnamdi Kanu will be free forever and ever, depending on how you are supporting this government. The government is the last bus stop for Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu. This is the government that will make that nobody will arrest them again in this world. This government will make that nobody will arrest them anymore, and nobody can call them terrorists. Nobody can call them separatists. Nobody can tag them any name in this world. If you know, you know. And the only way you will know is when you come very close to the United States of Biafra government. That is the only time you will know. And when you pay attention to the rightful platforms that are educating you, are giving you wisdom, make you to understand the importance of what we are doing, that is only when you will know. But when you leave it and go into every platform that they are sagaring, what you see at Dandosh and their cohort are doing, you will never understand it. So I beg you, as you come in, like the program 1, share the program 2, put your comment 3, number 4. If you don't subscribe on RealBiafraTv, please subscribe on my platform, RealBiafraTv. You will put those words together without any separation. RealBiafraTv. That is the name of this particular channel that you are watching from. It's not, I want you to understand how deeply what we are doing is this time around. It's not just doing something, like I said. It's not just talking because you know how to talk. No, that's not what we are doing anymore. What we are doing is a time like this when we have to do everything. Yes, my brother watching from Germany. Is it my name? I greet you. It's still good evening from where I am, from my own location. I am from United States of Biafra. United States of Biafra. The new country that was declared on November 29, 2024. The way Kosovo was declared on 2008. Sorry, 2008. That is how we declared our own country right now. The way also Afghanistan declared their standing of their country on the year 2021. That is where I'm from. And today we are pushing out for recognition. Let the world know that we have declared a new nation and that we are working seriously for us to get recognition from international, global, or even Germany can recognize us. I am from, brother, United States of Biafra or Biafra. United States of Biafra, a country that walked away from Nigeria on November 29, 2024. We gathered in Helsinki with over 1,000 delegates to sign or have a self-referendum vote with over 50 million for us to be a new country. Like the way Kosovo was a country. Kosovo, who play football match today with Sweden, that won Sweden 2-0. That is where I'm from. We need this new country because we want to stop the killing. We want to stop the kidnapping. We want to stop burning our houses and our markets. And also, we don't want to belong to that country who integrate terrorists and give them gun and bullets to go after the indigenous of the land to waste their life. We are walking away from that country. What we did, there was a year that Germany stand up and declared their new country. They become a new state for the first time in life. If you know, if you understand, you do, brother. There was a time Germany did not fall from up. They gathered together, declared their independence, become a country, which is somebody lead them to be a country. And they fought a war before they become who they are today. That is the criteria where we find ourselves. Those criteria that Germany met for them to become a country, we, people of United States of Biafra, has met those criteria under UN Charter, under Montevideo Convention, under Geneva Convention. These are the laid down principle you must follow if you want to get a new country. we have met all these criteria in our own time. So no born of human can stop us or will make us not to carry it on. Once a country is officially declared, from that day, it starts from that day that the declaration happened, the country becomes an existing country under international law, under UN Charter, under Montevideo Convention, under Geneva Convention. Remember that Montevideo Convention was adopted or start using from 1933. Geneva Convention, as amended 1949, was also enshrined, and United Nations charters enshrined in what we are doing to be a new country. They said you must first meet 4 criteria. Number 1, a population. Number 2, defined territory. Number 3, a government. Then number 4, a government that have capacity to enter into relationship with other states and other countries. So, like I said, once again, I have to repeat this once again. I am from United States of Biafra or Biafra. That is where I'm from. The new country that was officially declared on November 29, 2024. Over 1,000 people gathered in Helsinki, Finland as delegates to go there and speak on behalf of others, with over 50 million mandate votes that we voted before they went to that Finland. These people, over 50 million, said, we want a new country. We don't want to be a Nigeria anymore, with over 50 million votes and with over 1,000 delegates. This is who we are. And from that day, United States of Biafra become an existing country. Despite that we have fought war in 1967 to 1970 by our leader, Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Chukwu, who fell because of lack of international support and because of that the world colluded with Nigeria to kill over 5 million Biafrans, over 5,000 million Biafrans in genocidal war. Despite that, our era has come from those who survived from the Kwashiorkor of Nigerian governments refusing us to have food, but we survive. And today we have rose up to take our mandate that our forefathers left for us. That is what we are here. Remember, this is platform support everything that United States of Biafra is doing right now. So as you come, may you like and share the program. Subscribe on the channel or check my channel, RealBiafraTv. RealBiafraTV. Put it together, no space. If you didn't put it together, you won't get me. And also the symbol, you need to know I am the one. You will see Man Simon Epa, Man Nandekano, Dr. Ngozi Rebeze on a round clock like that. So then you know I am the one. So my people, we have to go into bring us to come here because we must do all this explanation for people to know that we are genuine and we know what we are doing and we know what we are defending. What I am defending is my right. It's my inalienable right. Today, we are going to discuss what United Nations Charter said about a new country, how they can order, how they can defend themselves, and how they can use military to defend themselves. Please, as you come, may you comment, like, and share the program, because what we are doing is for us to be here to educate ourselves and know the rule of a government. When we say when you open your mouth and say you are a new country, so you will understand and how to defend yourself with international law, who have been laid down principle for us to do what we are doing. Sorry, this program is very quick. as I come in, so I can be able to set everything, but I just let me handle it like this today, but tomorrow we'll put all things that we used to do our program. So please, as you come in, please subscribe on the RealBiafraTv. Subscribe on RealBiafraTv. Please endeavor to do that. Forget whatever anybody is saying today. The level where we are is no longer when we think, when we continue proving why we are black man. No. We must adhere to what white man, what those who put, see, when they are putting these laws, Africans are not there. The Africans are not there when they put these laws. Africa come to destroy the law. Even Africa helping them now to destroy the law. That's what I would say. I want you to know one thing that is very, very important. What is that thing? That what we are doing is our right. Now we have a government without recognition. Can we do anything calling the Bafra army to come out like what our current leader, Dr. Ngozi Orebeze, did on Saturday? Yes, it's our right to call on military to come out from bush to defend the citizens of Biafra and chase away Nigerian government, because we have officially notified them that Biafra has become a new nation. We have done that. So nothing is stopping us, and nobody is stopping us anymore, unless we decide to go back. And going back means we are doomed, we are finished. Never will we go back from this government. Never will we stop what we are doing. Even though if today the person is not there, another somebody who has entered there, we must continue pushing. Only one thing is what we are lacking right now: international recognition. That is all. With what we have on our headline, under United Nations Charter, Article 2, Paragraph 1 to Article 3, Paragraph 2, we are going to learn a lot of things. What we support, what we need to. So what we'll be giving you encourage to come every Saturday to support your government for them to do the needful. Freedom is bitter. Freedom is not smooth. Freedom is not sweet. Freedom is not honey. Freedom is not even cake. You know that there's some part of cake that will sweet you and the other side will bitter. But this one past those levels. It's a matter of life and direct. So please, as you are here this night, comment, like, and do not just come and like and run away. No, because I am not talking about the Orama. I'm not talking about to go 247. I'm not talking about Chiamaka Jerry. I'm not talking about them. Maybe you may come and run away. But there is those in Eke or Eke. That is their job, and they are doing perfectly. So when you come here, please, if you didn't see them, maybe because you did not see me talking or discussing about them, if you decide to leave, no problem. Thank you for doing that. But I want to tell you one thing that this platform stands for. I want to know it more, so I can be able to defend myself when I go out there about this government. I'm able to have the documents that I can put down about this document. It's not about making use of our common sense anymore. The level where we are has passed making use of our common sense. We must use our international sense to meet the criteria or to belong to the states, other states in the world, other countries in the world. That is where we are. It's not about woto, no. It's about diplomatic reconciliation, political movement. That is where we are right now. And we must play this game with what? Proving that we understand it. That is why it's all about political. It's all about politics. It's all about diplomatic. These are the things that we all have to know in our mind. Like I told you, under United Nations, a new country without recognition, a new country without recognition, did they have authority to use an army to protect their sovereignty of a new country? I can see you, Gene Kachuku TV. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. This is RealBiafraTv. Please subscribe and like our program and turn on notifications so you know that we are live. We are only here. This platform, I must tell you, support United States of Biafra. I am not here to attack you, but neither will you be here to attack, because if you attack me, I will just do you. I will zip you. Nothing more than that. I am not here to attack you, neither will you be here to attack me. I am not going to accept it from you. Please, don't bring violence to this particular page, but listen to what we are here to do, so you will know that what you see Dr. Nuzarova is doing is not a child's play. United Nations Charter Article 2 and 4, a new nation government to protect its territory, is their inalienable right. We must continue right now. Come with your pen and your paper, not because of I know it, but because of this chapter, because of this article that we are reading, so you may understand and jot things down when you go to a platform of the enemies or those who are making mockery of themselves in social media. You put it to them, woto. That is, the woto is on social media, not on the ground, not by gun and bullet. There is how now our gun, our bullet must be direct to our enemy, the occupier, who happen to be Nigeria government. We have notified them officially that Biafra has been redeclared as a sovereign nation. On November 29, 2024, they have all these documents in their email. They knew what we are doing. As you come, once again, please like and share the program. Like and share the program, please, as you come. We move, because there is no time to waste anymore. We move. Must continue to do what we are doing, because it's our right to do it.
United Nations Charter lays out the fundamental principles governing the conduct of states and the purpose of the organization. When considering a new country's government and its ability to protect its territory with an army, Articles 2 and 4 are particularly relevant.
Let's hold it here. Please, oh my brother, Coach Use 042 and Ezioku, good evening from here. I greet you. Please, bring your pen and paper. Just be jotting some things down. It's no longer a time where our common sense as a black man can carry us anymore. The level where we are, right? So where we are right now, it's no longer that level where our common sense can carry us. It's where what will carry us is a document that worded as a fundamental right of the people. Listen to this. The United Nations Charter lay out the fundamental principle government that can conduct of a state and the purpose of the organization. When considering a new country government and its ability to protect its integrity with an army, Article 2 and 4 are particularly referred to. Now, there is a laid down fundamental principle of conduct when it comes to considering a new country government. A new country. Remark this word, a new country government. Not bridge, not 4 deep, not IPOB, not autopilot, not CRC. A new country government is what we are talking about here. There are those that this international law of United Nations are referring to. When a country is officially declared as a new country, they are the one that this international law is referring. That is why I so much happy and believe in what our DPM, Dr. Nguzabeth, is doing. The level where we are right now is where we use the words of Mazi Simon Ekpa very well. Multiple dimension. The multiple dimension is portraying for this of Mazi Simon Ekpa number one, Mazi Nandeka number one. The multiple dimension is portraying our international recognition. Number three is protecting Biafra citizens all over the world. Number 4, protecting the sovereignty of United States of Biafra in the homeland. These are the 4 criteria on the multiple dimension we are going to use right now. We are going to use right now. And the government are adopting it. We are not going to do like Ushemefo, who, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, he channeled everything. He closed the Biafra movement, only focused on the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why our leader comes out and cry and start again say, oh, I am tired. I need 100 men. All of a sudden, no more knows we are not in social media. How what you see people are doing to social media. I see you, my humble brother Shinedu. You are welcome. Good evening from here. Let me read this part again, then we move. The United Nations Charter lay out the fundamental principle, government, the conduct of a state, and the purpose of the organization. When considering a new country government and its ability to protect its territory with an army, Article 2 and 4 are particularly related to. Now listen. Article 2, the principle of the UN. The principle of the UN. Listen to this.
Article 2, the principles of the UN. Article 2 outlines the core principles that all UN member states must follow. The most important of these in relation to a country's armed forces are sovereign equality.
Are you with me? Article 2 outline the core principle that all UN member states must follow. The most important of this is relation to a country armed force are how we can use our army now that we are a new country that was officially declared when? November, make it openly anywhere you are, that this country was officially declared on November 29, 2024. November 29, 2024. That is the day over 1,000 delegates stand on the mandate of self-referendum with over 50 million votes to re-declare United States of Biafra as a sovereignty, as a new nation, with it in sovereignty and with its territory that must be protected with Biafra army. When you listen to our DPM on Saturday telling us that one he left to Biafra liberation, Biafra army, no longer liberation army, to come out from the bush to the streets and defend Biafra border, Biafra territory and its citizens, to stop Nigeria from arresting, burning markets, burning houses and our bushes in the name of looking for Biafra Liberation Army. Once a new country declared under this United Nations Charter, the army are not going to answer, are no longer answering Liberation Army, but they answer United States of Biafra Army. That because that is how, even any country, they don't say army of no. You if it is, look at the Bongo, Nigeria army, Nigeria military. This is how we have Biafra army, Biafra military under international law. If you go back to our previous video, you will see what Geneva Convention 1943 and the Montevideo Convention, what they said about what I just said now. You can get a document on this page. If you go back to our previous video, scroll down to the previous video, listen to us if you are just joining us today, so you may understand what we are doing here. You know, our people like where they are repeating the same thing that had been since when we are born. But this thing they hide from us is hard for us to come in and pay attention and listen to it. We don't like it. We don't like to research and get things. That is why the white man hide the truth on the document and hide it from us, and we shy away from it. If those who fall with them that follow Mazda Kano from 19 break, them claiming how they are in this struggle, if they know all this I'm reading today, we could have not we just be declaring Biafra on November 29, 2024. But because of they didn't know it, they didn't understand it, they don't know the road and what they will search, how they will help themselves, they are messing up in social media. I must tell you that everything we are doing it well. The much go cardia. My brother Chinedu, please, I want you to check this if my voice is echoing right now. When I'm starting reading something, if my voice is echoing, please on the program, Chinedu or go choose 04 to please let me know if you are still here. If my voice is echoing, I want to, because I'm trying to do some things that I'm setting on our platform to be standard and the way it's supposed to be. So please, after this, listen.
Equality. Article 2, Paragraph 1, states that the UN is based on the principle of the sovereign equality of all its members. This means that each member state has the same rights and responsibilities, and that no state can interfere in the internal affairs of another. This principle inherently grants a state the right to maintain its own government and armed forces to protect its sovereignty. Prohibition of...
Thank you. Thank you. Article 2. Is he echoing? I want to know. I asked two brothers who are always here to check on this. Please, can you, if my voice is echoing, please, I want to know. Yeah, we continue. Article 2, paragraph 1 states that the UN is based on the principle of the sovereign quality of all its members of a new state or old state. This means that each member state has the same right and the responsibility and that no state can interfere in the internal affair of another. Is he echoing? Please, I want to know, because we are trying to set the mic and our instrument so it can be well okay to our people to listen to the program. Please let me know if my voice is echoing, please. Now listen. On this Article 2, Paragraph 1, a state states that the UN, paragraph 1, states that the UN is based on the principle of the sovereign quality of all its members. When you remember that when a new country being declared, once a country declared under UN Charter, they have become an existing country. That is number one step, is to make your official declaration. I see you happy, you may good evening from here. Shinedo, are you still here? Please, the voice, the mic, is he echoing? I am asking, I want to know. Is he echoing, please? I want to know. If it is echoing, let me know. So, my people, what we are doing is very simple. What we are doing, there is laws that support what we are doing. There is a lot of laws that support us. So, when our DPM comes out on Saturday and tell us that she's giving Biafra army order to march out from their hiding and take over the street of Biafra, it is a right of a new country government to give the order. It is also a right of the army to protect the integrity. It is a right of the government to protect the integrity of the new government. Coach said it's okay. Okay, let another person comment. Happy New Year, are you here? My voice, is it okay? Let's continue. Just continue, my people, because we must continue in what we are doing. It is very, very imperative. It is our right to do what we are doing. Please. So let us continue listening. Let us continue explaining this particular document. This means that each member state has the same right and responsibility, and that no state can interfere. When she give that order, people may not understand it. People like Radio Arama, who never knew anything about it or don't understand what she said. That is why she always misinterprets what she said, because of envy and jealousness, because of she's not the one giving the order. Now listen, calling on them, they said, is a responsibility of a new government to protect its sovereignty and integrity and protect the border of the new country borders. It's our right. Remember, Article 2, Paragraph 1, UN Charter is telling us this, and it's our right. That's what they said, it's our inalienable right. It's our inalienable right. Every country in this world, there was a time there was a new country. There was a time this Finland holding my assignment today in 1917. Finland was a new country. Finland was what? A new country. There was a time every country becomes a new country. There was a time I am a baby. This is how these things we are talking about is happened. There was a time you were born. They say on this day, so person was born. You become a new baby. It's happening. This is how also country is being born. Check out all over the world, every country. Any day they are having their independence, remembering it is the day that country was born on this world, on this planet. Day after they born, they protect their sovereignty, they protect their integrity, they protect their border. And before some country was born, this international law of United Nations Charter, Article 2, Paragraph 1, has already been there. It's a laid down principle. It's a laid down rule for every new country who want to become a country to follow. Today, United States of Biafra has followed this principle laid down by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Eba, and now Dr. Ngozi Oraveze. Going forward, my people, it is well orchestrated for us to know the principle guides a new state is also the principle guide old states like even America, Germany, and every other country. Sorry, like every other country. Everything that we are doing is our right to do it. It is very important that we do so. So listening as the voice continue playing, and let me charge that one instrument.
Please recharge in time.
Force, Article 2, Paragraph 4, is a cornerstone of international law. It requires all members to, quote, refrain in their international relations from the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state, or in any other manner inconsistent with the...
Battery is low. Please recharge in time. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Sorry about that. We are still testing. That is why. So don't be offended. Now, remember where we are. There was a time any country in this world becomes what? A new country is not going to see us and end. There was a time Nigeria became a new country. They have their independence. Any day you see in this world that any country is celebrating their independence, that is the day that country was born. If you don't believe in United States of Biafra declaration as a new country, that means in your life you was not born. You don't have a day you was born. You don't have a month you was born. You don't have a time that you was born. Because what surrenders what we're doing is what we must continuously doing what? Doing. We are not going to leave anything behind because everything is working in our favor. All these laws that we are seeing, that we are reading, that's inside this document they are hide for us. I want you to know, have you asked yourself, why do they hide it? Why? I see you, Chidubemi Mane. Good evening from here, my brother. You are welcome. We are moving. Now, listen to what we have. We are seeing on the sovereign quality of every state as a new nation. The same law that guides under UN Charter, Article 2, Paragraph 1, that we are reading right now, is the same law that guides Old One. The same law that America used to reach where they are today. The same law that Finland used to reach where they are today. The same law that every other country in this world has reached and they are where they are today. So our own can never be different. Our own and every other country, we will follow that law and we are maintaining that law. Why am I doing this? Is to let you to know that what our DPM said on Saturday is a right of a new state to ask the army of United States of Biafra to come out and protect the 40 states of Biafra. I say it again. Could you imagine how one day in the 40 states of Biafra, all the army marched out with 1,000 men in every state? It's not 40,000. It is a 40,000. Then how could you think Nigeria could handle it? They cannot handle it. Do you know why? They are only attacked also Okigwe and the another place because they are just in adults. But when we separate our hand, all the Biafran army comes out the same day. There will be no more Nigerian military in our land because they don't have what it takes to come. And you know that when we come out, we block every border from where they are coming from. People that are coming from Benue, it will chase them away. People that are coming from the other side, Abakili will chase them away. People that are coming from Ahaba will block the border. Once we do, those who are in the middle of us, they want them away. They are not going to be there anymore. This is why the army must come out in full force and with one mind, with one voice, every Biafra army, the same day, the same time. The Nigeria police, Nigeria army must surely run away from our land. It is very important that we know this. Why are we have to do that? It is for stop the arrest, illegal arrest, kidnapping, burning of houses, burning of markets, and burning of schools in Biafra land. Is our territory. It's also to prove that the government knows their job, that they are protecting the territory, the border, and the sovereignty of a new state. International law give us the same is our right. They don't just say it's our right, they say it's our fundamental right. And they said also that when we are doing this, that no state should intervene, because now we officially declare go through negotiation, diplomatic negotiation, that is by giving Nigeria government a document proving that Biafra was declared on November 29, 2024. After declaration, you become a sovereign state under United Nations Charter. It's our right to chase as Nigeria to leave or to chase them away. These are the criteria. These are the steps. So what you see, what you heard from our DPM said on Saturday is in support of United Nations Charter. Precisely, Article 2, Paragraph 1. We are going to go down to Paragraph 4. So you may understand that your government is doing the right thing. They are following the real deal, the way it's supposed to be. So I ask you to please be calm as you join, as we do on this line. I greeted everybody in the comment section. I said all of you welcome. The last person who entered here is Chidubem Emmanuel. I see you, my brother. You are welcome. Thank you so much for coming. We must continue. Listen to this. You must listen. That's why I ask you. We have many enemies. We must come to a pen and paper as the document is progressing. Try and jot one or two things down to use it and educate those affiliates, those who come to make money in the name of that they are fighting for Biafra. I want you to know that everything that we are doing is in line, is in direct line with three laws, three body of laws that say how to build a new country. Number one, United Nations Charter. Number two, Montevideo Convention. Number 4, Geneva Convention. You remember that Montevideo Convention was in 1933. In 1949, Geneva Convention was amended, and the amendment of everything that's inclusive of all is what it has to support a new country and how you can build a new nation. That is how it is. So we continue what we're doing. Let us summarize the last place before going to another headline. It says, it is a principle inherent granted a new state the right to maintain its own government and armed force to protect its sovereignty. To protect what? The sovereignty, the territory, the borders of 40 states of Biafra must be protected by force. They said it is a principle inherited and granted a state the right to maintain its own government and armed force to protect its sovereignty. Are you following? Hope you are here for us to educate ourselves and support your government and understand that what the government is doing is their right. It's our right. It's what they are exercising right now by calling Biafra and to come out from their hiding and out. But they must be well equipped. They must be well equipped because now they are working at 12AK49. I want you to know. I want to understand it clearly that everything that we are doing right now, we must do it in terrain of United Nations Charter, Video Mode Convention, Geneva Convention. These are the principles that have been laid, and they say that whatever we are doing now is our fundamental right, and it's a laid down principle that we must follow. That's why I told you, we are not going to be reasoning that way we reason in 2023, 2024. After our declaration, we must rethink our movement to tally on the international law and what they're doing. And you must thank God that those that are piloting the affair of Biafra right now understand this very well. That is why everything is one step at a time. You can see the government on Saturday telling Biafra and to come out is an order they must obey to showcase how prepared they are to protect the sovereignty of United States of Biafra as a new country that has marched out from Nigeria. We are no longer a Nigerian. We are people of United States of Biafra with our border, with our territory, and the sovereignty of a new state must be protected under international law. Article 2 of United Nations Charter, paragraph 1, we see on it, on another headline, small headline on it, that gives us a more value, a more authority, a more power to continue in what we're doing. We must continue.
This means that while a country can have an army for self-defense, it cannot use it to attack or threaten another country's territory. Peaceful settlement of disputes, Article 2, Paragraph 3, obligates all members to, quote, settle their international disputes by peaceful means in such a manner that international peace and security and justice are not endangered. This reinforces the idea that an army should not be used as a first resort in international disputes. Article 4, membership in the...
Hold on, we have go far. The reading go far without even us hearing it. Prohibition of the territory are used for force. Prohibition of the territory of or use of force. Article 2, paragraph 4 is a customary of international law. It requires all members to refer in their international relationship for the treaty or use of force against the territory. This international law is warning Nigeria in what they are doing in our land. This Article 2, paragraph 4 is warning Nigeria that they should stop threatening us with Nigeria military. It's warning Nigeria government to stop threatening us with their military because we have become a sovereign nation after official declaration, after meeting the first 4 criteria: population, divine territory, a government, a capacity of the government entering into sign agreement and treaty with other states and seeking for recognition. We have met these 4 criteria. That is why we are a nation right now. That is why Nigeria government must leave our land. Forget our people. Our people are people that they don't like to hear truth. And once they come where there is truth, they run away from it because the truth ends every argument and makes things very easy for people. But our people refuse to go. Our people like to go in a hard way. That when we are on that hard way, we also feel tired, we also feel confused and claim that we are confused. That is why we are doing it this way. I told you from today, ignorance is not an excuse in the eyes of the law. You must know it, and you have to. The thing that we are doing, it is very, very important that we all understand it. When we understand what we are doing, then we can easily help ourselves. Also, make it easy for the government. Nigeria government should stop attack on Biafra land. International law, Article 2, paragraph 4, is a custom of international law. It is required all members to refer in threats in international relationship from the threat or use of force against the territory, integrity, or political independence of any state. They use word of word. Any state is the word they use. If you could have asked yourself, why did they use that word, any state? Because whether it's a new or old, it's a state. So what you will do, you don't need to interfere or use your military like what Nigeria government is doing in all Biafra land today. They are committing crime. But because of the world we are living loves crime more than truth, and they like to deprive or Before they will come to you, they want to get something from you. They want something they will gain before they can implement the law. By this our 10 months of going to University of Biafra declaration, Nigeria is supposed to leave our land. They are repeating the same method they did in the time of Ojukwu. After Ojukwu declared independence of Biafra, fought for 3 years, Nigeria is still in our territory. United Nations, we call on you. Are they not committing crime according to your law? After Ojukwu declared, are they not supposed to leave our land after 3 years? Today, we have declared it finally again, make it officially in Helsinki, Finland on November 29, 2024. United Nations, Montevideo Convention, and all the laws. What are you doing about Nigeria threatening our integrity and arresting, buying our people here and there, morning and night? What are you doing? This your law, is it for black man or only for white? Is the question that we want you to answer us under your law. It says our fundamental right is a principle. Is it for black man or only for white man? These are questions that call for an answer. If it is, you must tell Nigeria to leave our land under our government of United States of Biafra. We have declared it officially. Our sovereignty must be protected. Our integrity and borders must protected by United States of Biafra Army, not by any other group. Any group of military wing in Biafra land today are committing law. They are destroying themselves, not us. But we must tell you that whether this law or not this law, they said no matter how the government came to power, if you follow this today program, they said no matter how this our government came to power, and they have right, is their fundamental right to protect our land, the citizens, to know that everything is okay. Nigeria government, you must leave our land because Biafra has become a sovereign state. You are in a foreign land. Leave our land, whether you like it or not. We must continue our people. I know that we're getting common sense in what we're doing this evening. For us to know there is a backup law, there is a principle, there is a fundamental right in what we're doing, that we must continue to do it without fear and favor. Without fear and favor. Like I just said again, we will stop reasoning like with our common sense. We must reason what international law tells us to do. That is why your government is doing well. They understand this international law. They are following all of them one step at a time. I must tell you that the government of United States of Bafra is doing a legit job, a legit work. We are under law. The law protects the government. For those who are calling for those that I said, you are wasting your time. Because what she did was what Nelson Mandela of South Africa has done. What she did was what Mama Gaddafi did in his own time. I'm talking of Africa. Those in America. It's Junior Martin Luther King who fought for America from Britain, and one day they got their independence in 1947. Two of us. I stand to be corrected. The same way every other country fought their independence, we have fought, and we are still fighting out to this date, in this 21st century, that we have come to say it's our right to have United States of Biafra as a new country that has marched from Africa to enter into the world. We are only seeking for recognition. We met all the criteria under Montevideo Convention, under the Geneva Convention, under UN Charter. We met all these criteria. That is why we don't have to panic. Please, as you come, like and share this program. Do you think that this program want to be shared? If you think that the program want to be shared, Please go on and share the program. I beg you to do that. For others may know that we are live and we are direct. The more you like, the more people come. The more you share, the more people come also. Through that way, in a member or one day, that is what you are doing. That is also how you are supporting the platform. Either. So please endeavor to like, share, comment to encourage one another. Comment to educate one another. What we are doing is our right. That is why you don't have to panic. It's our inalienable right. It's our fundamental right to have a new state with a new government. And all these things that we are reading here about this document of UN Charter. Do you hear a group? Do you hear about structure? Do you hear about organization? No. The organization here is UN. That's every country gathered in and said, let us use as a United Nation. That is why there is no single body who can come out and say, I am a UN, let me give their recognition. No. It's other states who are a member of you who accepted. Like, for example, you are in a WhatsApp forum. When you are there, because of you want to be there, you obey the laws that you will keep in that WhatsApp group. Some group will say, do not post this thing, you will not post because of the agreement or the law that you, all of you, gather together and put in there. So nobody will say, I am WhatsApp, I don't want to hear. No, nobody does that. This is how this UN was being formed, for people, for a country to come in there, take laws and become a country, and they will support. Do you know that official declaration make it easy for us to seek for international help and also seek for recognition? This recognition I am talking about under international law, Montreal Convention, Geneva Convention, is what will end the students of Abatobi and Mazinand and all the prisoner conscience of Biafra. Remember when you come here, hashtag Finland, free a prisoner of conscience, Mas Simon Eba. That is our hashtag. This is how you do your protest. We must continue doing what we are doing because it is our right to do what we are doing. We must continue. Just continue the document because if we may be able to finish it today, I don't want it to be long. Highest 1 hour 30 minutes, we end it tomorrow. We continue. So those that will listen after may understand, and please help me and share it to go viral. Do you think that this program ought to be shared? If you think so, do so. Do so if you think that sharing the program is what I beg you to do so, my fellow Biafrans. People of United States of Biafra, please hit the like button, share the program. If you are first time coming to this page and you see me in the middle of war, there is a red dot in front of your phone. Click on that red dot, it will open, you will see like and share. Do so, please, so others may know, our enemy may know that we are prepared, that we are not just doing like what Ushemefo did in his time. That is something cannot repeat again. We will focus on this of Mass Simon. We will focus on everything that surrenders the movement that we are into. Let us continue. Remember where we are. Article 4, paragraph 1. Remember, okay, no, we never got in there. We are on what? Article 2, paragraph 4. That is where we are under UN Charter. Remember, they said, listen to this. This means that while a country have an army for self-defense, it can use it to attack or threat. It cannot use it to attack or threat another country territory. Nigeria, in our land today, they are under our land, under our territory, under sovereignty of Biafra, attacking us. But look at the UN Charter. Do you know why they are not talking? Because no member of them has organized us. But whatever we are doing now is our right to do it because we are an existing country after our declaration. After our declaration, under this international law, we become a new country. It is very imperative for us to know that. That is why what we are doing is our right to do that. A new country has marched from Africa, precisely from Nigeria. That conduct was denied in 1967 to 1970. In this our first era, we have returned it back as a new country. I was born as a Biafran. We must follow all these criteria of international law so we can be able to achieve everything we needed this time around. We must follow it. We must not shy away from it, because shying away from it is making it for us to be die more and more. For us to not to die more and more, we must continue funding, supporting United States of Bafra, the new that was declared on November 29, 2024. Why I am saying this really is for those of some of our friends who are unemployed to understand what we are doing and why we are here. We must continue. Listen to this, because listening is what we do, but one thing is to have pen and paper. When they mention this article, this paragraph, you jot it down. When you argue with somebody, tell that person he will run away from you. Many refuse to come and argue with me because the fact and figure that I will bring, I will not just use my common sense. No, I will use lay down principle of United Nations and ask him, open your phone, search. It's also on your own phone, not only on my own. It's also on your own document, not only on my own. Everything we are doing right now is our right. We must exercise our right fully. So let us continue. We continue reading for you to know what we are doing. That is our right. Yes. International relations from the territory or use of force against the territory. Integrity or political defense of any state or in any other manner. In consent with the purpose of the United Nations. This means that while a country can have an army for self-defense, it cannot use it to attack or threaten another country's territory. Why Nigeria is in our land, terrorizing us, threatening us? We must do something. That is why now that under international law has given us the right, those who will support us has said it's our right to do that. The army must do it for us, already. The work of the government is to go on international level stage to seek recognition, protect the land, buy equipment, give to Biafra army for them to carry it and protect our territory. Nigeria must leave, stop threatening us, because they are on another territory of the sovereignty of a new nation under international law. Article 2, paragraph 4. Remember that. Now, peaceful settlement of disputes. Article 2, paragraph 3. Let us continue.
The UN. Article 4 sets out the conditions for a state to become a member of the United Nations. Conditions for membership. Article 4, paragraph 1, states that membership is open to, quote, all other peace-loving states, which accept the obligations contained in the present charter, and, in the judgment of the organization, are able and willing to carry out these obligations. Process of admission. Article 4, paragraph 2 details the process, stating that admission is, quote, effected by a decision of the General Assembly upon the recommendation of the Security Council. In summary, while the UN Charter allows for a new country to have an army to protect its territory and sovereignty, inherent in the principle of sovereign equality, it places strict limitations on how that army can be used. A new country's government, in order to be considered peace-loving and fulfill its obligations under the Charter, must agree to refrain from using its army for aggression against the territorial integrity or political independence of other states, settle its international disputes by peaceful means, use its armed forces for self-defense only. The UN Charter recognizes the inherent right of individual or collective self-defense if an armed attack occurs against a member.
I hope you are with me. There is why I want us to deliberate on this very well. But before we debate on it, after you have had it, for those who are just listening, for those who come in, they refuse to comment, they refuse to greet us, all of us are welcome. I want to listen properly. I want you to listen carefully. So you know that what I'm doing is not just my word. It's something that has been laid down. Listen to this, please. Listen. I will pause it when we go to where? To Article 2, paragraph 3. There is why I will pause it in there. I will pause in there. Then we will do some exposition there. Then we'll now move. Listen to this. Listen.
The United Nations Charter lays out the fundamental principles governing the conduct of states and the purpose of the organization. When considering a new country's government and its ability to protect its territory with an army, Articles 2 and 4 are particularly relevant. Article 2, the principles of the UN. Article 2 outlines the core principles that all UN member states must follow. The most important of these in relation to a country's armed forces are sovereign equality. Article 2, paragraph 1, states that the UN is based on the principle of the sovereign equality of all its members. This means that each member state has the same rights and responsibilities, and that no state can interfere in the internal affairs of another. This principle inherently grants a state the right to maintain its own government and armed forces to protect its sovereignty. Prohibition of the threat or use of force, Article 2, paragraph 4, is a cornerstone of international law. It requires all members to, quote, refrain in their international relations from the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state, or in any other manner inconsistent with the purposes of the United Nations. This means that while a country can have an army for self-defense, it cannot use it to attack or threaten another country's territory. Peaceful settlement of disputes, Article 2, paragraph 3, obligates all members to, quote, settle their international disputes by peaceful means in such a manner that international peace and security and justice are not endangered. This reinforces...
That's why I pause it here, because I said I will pause it here. Peaceful settlement of disputes. That is why after declaration, Biafra government send a document to Nigeria to tell them, please remove your army, remove your military base, remove your police, remove your political party, remove everything that belongs to you. Please take it and leave our land. That is part of peaceful settlement of disputes. Remember. And remember, immediately Biafra was declared. We give Nigeria from November 29 to this date for them to remove their military in our land. They refused. I want you to know when the government will start using force. Then you can also see when the international law, this charter, support the government. You also see it. If you go back to our previous video, we have explained it on under Montevideo Convention and Geneva Convention, where support the government that if occupier refuses after trying to use peaceful way to remove they remove to they don't. In fact, I am looking for a word that is very common. When Nigeria argue, when they refuse to leave our land, we have done this to settle dispute with peaceful means. Remember, from November 29 to this day, see how many months? We are counting 10 months. We have sounding a lot of warning, telling Nigeria to leave our land. And in the word of all this country that's made up of UN, who will give us recognition, we are also doing it. That is why you are, not seeing or doing woto. You want to go on peaceful way because no one of them make cables or child opposing the person you are making peace with refuse to accept the peace. You might go the other way around. These are the principles. These are the criteria. These are what we have to follow and check your government. They are following it correctly without wasting time. Mark, you're welcome. Thank you so much. It's been a long time. As you come, please like and share the program, please. Subscribe on RealBiafra. Subscribe on that page, RealBiafraTv. You will write it together, no space. If you put space, you won't get me. But once you put it together, you get this page. You will see the logo of Mas Simon Eba, Mas Nandekano, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. That is how you know my page. Now let us continue. So for you to know, if you really understand this dispute, Article 2, Paragraph 3 obligate all members to settle their internal dispute by peaceful means in such a manner that international peace and security and justice are not endangered. This reinforces the idea that an army should not be used as a first settle international dispute. That is why from November till now, our government has never called on our army to come outside. It's only now. From November till now, we give Nigerian government, please leave our land, leave our territory, leave our border, we are a sovereign state. Leave the hell alone from us. And Nigeria sheepishly refused. When we try this peaceful way, it doesn't work. We will go the other way around. And they said, going to the other way around of using violence to chase Nigeria away in our land, that is when the self-defense has come in. Are you following? These are the things that we have to follow. These are how it's being done. These are how things are supposed to move. I must tell you, my people, we must continue. Because everything that we are doing, we must do it in the way that international law, we must be on the legal side of anything that we are doing this time around. For us to get recognized, because if a country who wants to recognize you find out that you are using violence in everything, they will run away from us. But when they see that we like peace, we take 10 months, we take 1 year to make peace, and the country that we are making peace with refuse, what will happen? The government will take its right. Then when we go to international law for them to handle it under ICC, we will present all these documents. So date we ask them to leave. So time look at it, we ask them to leave. So they will ask them to, they refuse. That is where we are. It's not about being on platform. They say that the new government of a new state must use social media to advocate for the new country to be known from every other countries. Because the more I am talking about United States of Biafra that was declared November 29, 2024, if you are liking and sharing the program, you don't know who will come across it. Social media is very powerful. It's part of the things that makes Ojukwu to lose the war. But today we have it on our own in abundance. What are you doing? Why are you not commenting? Why are you not liking the program? Or what I'm doing is not good. Maybe I should stop. I think what I'm doing is not good. What is good for us is for all of us to first around Mashiamaka Ajere and Sonia Parawa. Is it what you want? And I also know in English adage say that you don't put all your orange in one basket. My people, do we stop what we are doing? I want to see comments if anyone is here. I know that many people don't like what I'm doing. It's not good, right? The side I choose is not good. That is why you are not commenting, you are not liking, you are not subscribing. Or what is the problem? I want to know. Well, it doesn't mean someone like me. I don't change because of people. I do what I think is right to do. And leave the rest for God. We are going to Article 4, membership in the UN. I want to know, can we continue or do we stop? Do you want us to finish this document this night so tomorrow we will start on another fresh new document? What do you think? Anybody here? Even if it's one person commented yes, we continue or no, I take it like that. prohibition of the threat or Ambassador, good evening. I can see you. Do we continue or do we stop? Or you don't like what I am doing? You're not happy over it because you don't say what I'm talking. You don't say what I'm talking. Do we continue? I am asking those in the comment section. We need to go into Article 4. Remember where we are. Prohibition of Nigeria threatening us in our land using force, Nigeria force. Article 4, Article 2, Paragraph 4 is a cornerstone of international law. It requires all members to stop using army to attack the sovereignty of other nations, to attack their territory. That is what Nigeria is doing, attacking our territory in Biafra land. But the question is, like I asked before, why is that international law are not saying this? They will not come until we get one recognition. They will come when we are doing it on the level of self-defense. Why I'm doing this is that when you had our DPM on Saturday giving order for Biafra army to come out from the bushes, from their training camp, to come and take over from occupy the streets, the territory, the borders of Biafra land, whether it's our right. Yes, they said it's our inalienable right that once we officially declare the country has become an existing country. Like immediately you are born, from that day you become a living human being. This is what we argue. This is what people are refusing to understand it and making noise in social media because they hide the history and the truth from us. They hide it from us. I want you to know we need to understand ourselves and know what we are doing because the time we are into is the highest time for us to do everything for ourselves. And like I told you, we must stop reasoning the way Nigeria people are reasoning. A time has come for us to change, to propagate international law, for them to know that if they did not come, that this law is against them, that what they are preaching to us is not what they are doing. But why do you and I have to know this? When you miss an hour, please, like I told you, jot some things down when the voice are playing. But this document I've been reading with international voice. Please. Who's no voice? Me, I don't have voice. Ambassador, are you sure? Check your phone, please. Can any other person hear me? Am I coming out loud and clear? My people, please. Am I coming out loud and clear? Can another person hear? That is why I said, for people who are not here, to let me know if what I'm doing is coming out, then I must know what I'm doing. My voice, is it coming out, please? Ambassador say no voice. Is it true? You say you can't hear me. True? How? Ambassador, can you hear me now? Is it coming out? I mean my own voice. The documents, I never started reading it because I am explaining the part that we just finished. How the government should leave our land, then they are occupying a foreign territory. Ambassador, am I coming out now? Am I coming out now, Ambassador? I'm waiting for you. Can you hear me? Any other person here, please, my people, if you're listening, can you comment? If you are listening, can you comment if my voice is coming out or no? Ambassador, is it okay now? Before I will go to read the document again, I'm waiting. Please, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I coming out loud and clear? Am I coming out loud and clear? Can someone comment? Can someone comment? Ambassador, he said my voice is not coming out. Is it coming out now? Can you hear me? But I'm waiting for you. Okay. Kevin said yes. We continue. Let us listen to international law, UN Charter. Let us continue.
Is the idea that an army should not be used as a first resort in international disputes. Article 4, Membership in the UN. Article 4 sets out the conditions for a state to become a member of the United Nations. Conditions for membership. Article 4, Paragraph 1, states that membership is open to, quote, all other peace-loving states, which accept the obligations contained in the present charter, and, in the judgment of the organization, are able and willing to carry out these obligations.
Are you hearing this? I hope you are hearing very well. It's not all about Biafran people go and sit down, go and rest. It's about you as a human being. The day you was born, are you a human being? The day you was born is the day you have your independence as a human being to live on this world. A country where you are, I don't know where you are. There was a day they stood up to declare and said, today is our Independence Day. They declare public holiday. That is the day the country was created. And in that year, it becomes a new country. It becomes a new country. It doesn't matter the name you call us today. It's the name you will call us in the next 3 years to come. Is what matters most. It's the name that you will call us and how you can change this your name for us to know that you are the one commenting such a stupid comment on my comment section. Where I am telling you what international law is all about and how as we, Biafran people, a new nation, the criteria we must meet, how we can do it peacefully. And when the peace is not working, we have the other option to do. Let us continue what we are doing, my people. I hope, yes, Kevin said my voice is coming out. Thank you so much. I don't know, Ambassador just come and write my voice, we can't hear you, and he disappeared. So, I want you to know this, my people. Article 4, membership. Article 4 sets out the condition for a new state to become a member of the UN nation. Condition for membership, Article 4, Paragraph 1. A state that membership is open to all other peace-loving states which accept the obligation contained in the present charter, and in the judgment of the organization are able and willing to carry out their obligation. Like I told you, Ambassador, can you hear me now? I hope you can hear, or refresh your phone. This is things that we have to do. Nobody will do it for us. And this is the law itself. This is the criteria itself. It's not about Biafran people. It's about every country in the world, how they get their independence and where they are today. Our own, why is it different from others? Is the question that calls for an answer. Someone is on my comment section, after listening to all these things that I'm reading that are coming out from this document, he will call it Biafra. And he's a Biafran. No? Look at his name, he's a Biafran. And you are in somebody's country that have a day that country was was born. And they nurtured the country like a new baby to grow up. There was a day you was born, you was carried, cover wrapper, tie you. That is how a new country is being built in the world. The same way you as a human being grows up is the same way a new country is growing up. Nothing different from you and the new country. So if the time you was born, your mother and your father call you this name you are calling Biafran people, I don't know how you will feel. But we must continue, because there is no time to talk to people that don't understand what we are doing. This is international law that we are reading. This is UN Charter, where every country belongs. Every country has membership of UN. Every country have membership of UN. Now that Biafra has officially declared, the only thing that you may know is this: from one step to another step. But number one step is declaration of a new country officially under this charter of international law. That's why I told you, Francis, I am not reasoning like you. I don't reason like people like you. I reason with those white people in their country. I don't know where you are watching. Commenting this you are tracked from. And if I wait for you a little bit, if you can't change, if you can't listen to understand, to educate yourself, even that country where you are, for you to know that country, there was a day they are a new country. They stood up and declared their independence first, officially. And from that day, they become a sovereign state. This is what we are bringing out to you. This is not my makeup. I am reading a document, see it here. It's a laid down document. It's not me. Don't look at me. Even if it's a white man, he's doing this now, you will come, you will be clapping, you will be jubilating. But because we never valued our own, that is why you are here making this kind of comment. I will still allow you to be here. So, we must continue, my people. You must continue. So, in all these things that we are seeing, I am reading here, is a document, is how America told and become who they are today. Is how Germany told the line and become who they are today. Is how Germany, is how Finland, is how France. No country fall from heaven, and no country was the first. Everything, there was a day in the movement of any country began. In 1952, Jomo Kenyatta from Kenya stood up and fight for Kenya people and liberate them from Britain. That is how Kenya becomes a country today. They declare it. After they have even jailed the man, sentenced him, the people he left behind took it upon themselves to declare independence of Kenya in 1952, and they continue piloting the affair of Kenya people. So 1961, when Jomo Kenyatta was released as a hero from Britain, and he became the first prime minister of Kenya. You see, I'm quoting years to you. He became the first president of Kenya. These are what we are passing through today. That is why what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Mas Simon is passing through. We are waiting for only one thing. That thing that makes Ojukwu fell in 1967 to 1970. Just one thing. International recognition. It's not going to be long. We get international recognition, and we will look for somebody like you in your name, Francis Edward, and I will ask you a question. Remember your comments. Don't run when the time comes. Let us go back to where we are, people, my people, to summarize it. But this is only what we can do this night, and we'll hang it on. Remember where we are. Remember where we are. Everything that we are doing, please do not panic. It's our right to do what we are doing. It's our right to do what we are doing. So, today, Biafra has been declared officially. Yes, that is why you are reasoning like animal because you are Nigerian. They call that a human being created. The country their boyfriend and girlfriend sit up together and call you a Nigerian. What do you mean of Nigerian? You're Nigerian. Can you? But I won't have time because people like you can never reason. You don't research. I am reading a document for you. Even that you are Nigeria, I don't know about this document I'm reading. How a country is being formed because Nigeria was amalgamated, was a company that Lolugard and his girlfriend created you, and you are proud answering. Can you go to America and give the name? Can you go to America and give the name? And they will answer it. Eh? Can you go to America and give the name? Can you go to any state in this world and give the name? You, Francis, and they will answer it. We are sorry for people like you because people like you. I am not a Nigerian. I am a Biafran. That is who I am. And I don't know why me being a Biafra becomes a problem to you. At stake, we are Nigeria. What we are asking you is that we have declared Biafra officially. Take you Nigeria. We didn't ask you to stop being a country. No. We say, take you Nigeria. Allow me to be a Biafran. That is all we are asking. We are not stopping you. We are not stopping you at one Nigeria. No. That's one that was created by a white man. I don't want to belong there. Eh? I want to belong to where my mind asks me to belong. So I am not against you be a Nigerian. Why are you against me be a Biafran? And because of you don't know who you are, that is why you're making statements. This statement you are putting here. You don't know who you are. You don't know your lineage. You don't know what your forefather did for you to be alive today. This little one that you are. You don't know. So what we are doing is what support us, and the level where we are now, we have passed this level. We are on international global stage, seeking for recognition. That is where we are. So I am telling you truth. Go and check the map of Biafra when Ojukwu fought the war. So you know what I'm telling you. You have only one vote. That's all you have. You have only one vote. You. And it's people like you, when Biafra take over everywhere, you will change your name. You will change your name. That's what you can do. So I want us to know, my people, let us go back to where we are and leave Francis to comment whatever he like. When it's my due time, I will flush everything and block him. So because of why he don't want to learn. Remember where we are. What we are doing, our government is doing under international law. It is our right that we want a new state. We want a new country. People of Edo voted that they want to belong. Like now, people of Jigawa are calling United States of Biafra to please include them. Look at this one. Do you know what is happening? Do you know what is happening? People of Jigawa states are calling United States of Biafra to include them. They want to be, and they need our assistance. And you are here making fool of yourself. My people, I want us to know that everything we are doing is our right to do, and we must exercise our rights. We must do what? Exercise our rights by all possible means. Nobody will stop us. Nobody. And I'm happy that international law support us fully and tell us what is a state and how a new country is being formed. It's not by mouth. It's not by mouth. It's by these things that we are doing. It's by things that are laid down. It's a process that the level of the things that we have to follow. Do not mind anybody who comes to the comment section to comment, prove that he's the one Nigeria. The one Nigeria, people are running away from it. Him that is commenting, he's not in Nigeria. But if he's in Nigeria, he will not have network to comment here. He will not have network to do what? To comment. Because he's not in Nigeria. Don't mind him. He wants to deceive some people. So let us continue. The right of self-defense, remember, Article 2, Paragraph 4 of international law. Right of self-defense. Why the UN Charter, the use of force under Article 5 for a new state does not present a character. They don't want us. That is why we are not using force. That is why from November 29, 2024, we are telling Nigeria, please leave us alone. Pack your things, leave the 40 state of United States of Biafra as a new nation that has a sovereignty, that has a territory to protect and its borders. They said that in chart article in UN Charter Article 51, it says that they don't like people using force in other people. Today, Nigeria is under gun and bullet that you must be one Nigeria. That is why since I was born, I see checking points all over Biafra land where they call Southeast. But go to North, no. Because that place is a free land. And that is where the Boko Haram are. That is where the insurgency, Lakrawa, all the deadly groups that are buying people every blessed day, that is where they are. So, what we are doing, I can let them call film. Some people will not believe it. Until Mandy buying and Marin Chaba Fanya, Ndi Bona was some Mamre Mazofan Aroni. That is when an Igbo man, that is when and people from Southeast, let me put it that way. That is way. But now, nothing like Southeast. We are people of United States of Biafra, made up of 40 states. That is the defined territory. That is the word, defined territory, under Montevideo Convention 1933. Francis, go and use this your phone. Type Montevideo Convention 1933. What it takes to build a new country. Just type, they will give it to you. You don't come here and fool yourself. That one wasn't enough for you. Type on your phone, Geneva Convention 1949, how to build a new nation. Then also type UN Charter Article 43. He will brings you every lay down to build a nation. Not even that we have declared. Only what we are lacking is international recognition. That's only what we are lacking. Every country in the world fought their own war. So I want you to know that what we are doing is not us. Listen to this as I play the voice again, so you may hear it clearly.
Yes, under the UN Charter, a new country has the authority to use its army to protect its sovereignty, even without reconciliation. The UN Charter's framework on the use of force is based on the principle of state sovereignty and the inherent right of self-defense. Key principles from the UN Charter. Sovereign equality, Article 2, Paragraph 1 of the UN Charter, establishes the principle of sovereign equality for all member states. This means that every state has the right to govern itself and control its territory without outside interference. A fundamental part of this right is the ability to maintain an army for internal security and to defend against external threats. Prohibition of force, Article 2, Paragraph 4, is the core prohibition on the use of force in international relations. It requires all UN members to refrain from the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state. This principle protects a new country's territory from aggression by other states. Right of self-defense. While the UN Charter prohibits the use of force, it explicitly allows for an exception. Article 51 states, "Nothing in the present Charter shall impair the inherent right of individual or collective self-defense if an armed attack occurs against a member of the United Nations." This means a new country, as a sovereign entity, does not need special permission or a state of reconciliation to defend itself if it is attacked. The right to self-defense is considered a pre-existing right under customary international law and is reaffirmed by the UN Charter. The role of reconciliation. The term reconciliation is not a formal legal prerequisite for a country to use its military for self-defense under the UN Charter. The Charter does not impose a condition of reconciliation or any other similar term for a state to exercise its sovereign right to protect its territory. The legality of a new country's use of its army depends on whether it is acting in self-defense against an armed attack, not on its internal or external political relationships. While a new country is expected to be peace-loving to gain UN membership, This refers to its commitment to the principles of the Charter, not a specific political status or relationship with other states.
I hope you heard it, my people. People of the United States of Biafra I'm talking to. I hope you see how we can go. That's why it's not all about gun and bullets. It's all about diplomatic relation. It's all about diplomatic intelligence and the political movement of it. For you to just get a recognition, for you to tell them, please, we have begged Nigeria from November 24. We did not start like Ojukwu. We start with this international law and ask them, please, we have declared it officially that Biafra, United States of Biafra is a sovereign state. Please back away from our land. And I am happy that to let you know that Nigerian government acknowledged accepting this document of our real declaration of United States of Biafra. Now, the criteria that we are following right now, the template we are using is international law template, where we and Nigeria, if they refuse, can see ourselves in ICC. We can see ourselves in all these high courts that are human rights, that telling how a country is being built, how no country, what is supposed to do. Nigeria is occupying a foreign nation. Whether they like it or not, they are occupying on a foreign nation that has a government, that has a territory, that has a population, that are capable of entering into relationship with other states in the world. To get a membership of UN, the new government has to apply for it. They said that a new country has the same right to apply for a membership. And once they get it, they will fill the form. They will submit it through UN Council Security. And they will look at it. And they also be looking, are you brutal? Are you violent? These are the things that the government are taking its time to prepare. So when anyone are called to present, they will just kindly bring it out and give to the world. So they will know that we are prepared more than the way we are time of Ojukwu. It's not a time of woto. It's not a time of gun and bullet. It's a time of diplomatic movement and political pressure to put to get what we want. What do we want? Now it's officially declared according to international law. We only seeking for one thing: recognition. That was we end the sorrow, the painful movement of Simon Ekpa, Mazen Nandekan, and every Biafran. All of them are right now that Biafra has been declared officially under the Geneva Convention. They are prisoner of conscience. That's what they call them. So I want you to know that nobody, no one of human being can stop the movement that we are into. Nobody has right. It's only we Biafran people can try to stop it. But are we going to stop? The answer is no. We cannot. We cannot stop. Process of admission, Article 4 of what? Of UN. I know why I'm allowing you to play so you can get it clearly. Listen again.
The United Nations Charter lays out the fundamental principles governing the conduct of states and the purpose of the organization when considering a new country's government and its ability to protect its...
When considering a new country government, not a new country IPOB, not a new country autopilot, not a new country, not a new organization bridging. No, it's a new country government. Is what we're talking about. Considering a new country government. They know that a new country will emerge, but they don't know where it's coming from. That is why they lay down principle, rule, and law. Before we started, the law was implemented in 1933. The other one was implemented in 1949. So this is how international law know that a time in life a new country might march, because there was a time them on their own was a new country also. The Finland, who holds Masaman back today, they are declared they become a new country in 1917. You see? That is when they declared their country. Bangladesh was a country. Kenya was a country. It's not abomination to seek for a new country. It's not abomination. It's not against the law, but rather law supported it. And what the law, international law, they call it international law, not me. You can see when I'm reading it here. You may understand it. That everything that we are doing is in shrine of international law. So it's things that we must know. That is why you don't need to be panicked or be deceived by anybody, no matter the name they called you. You don't need to, because the time those who first us become a country know that people might. Oh yeah, man, and never is no people. You will stay on plain ground to put a law that guides everybody. The law is what is guiding us. The law is our right. The law is our power. The law gives us authority to say that we are officially declared United States of Biafra as a new nation. The law supports us. So I must say that we must continue in what we are doing. What we are doing is very simple. We want out from Nigeria. We didn't say that Nigeria is not a country, because they said even though that we are seeking out to leave Nigeria, that we are not going to condemn Nigeria. No, Nigeria is a country. We say store on your own. We want to store on our own. That is all we are asking. Nothing more than that. We didn't say close Nigeria, everyone should be answer Biafra. No, we said take your Nigeria, answer your Nigeria with your treasury and those who believe in you. That is why it's all about democracy. One vote. Atiku become a Nigeria through a vote, all the way from Cameroon, from the southern Cameroon. He voted, he becomes a Nigeria. You see, why our own is a crime? Why people are dying for it? Why people don't want us to go? Why are you keeping us? It's all about one vote, my brother Francis. I have my right, you have your right to choose where you want to belong. That is why I told you, you don't need to come here and insult us. You don't need to come and type names of condos who you. No. People from there will vote. And they have voted. Over 50 million voted for University of on our self-referendum. International law knows that we have voted, because we submitted a document towards there. They know. What we are doing is on the international global stage, not on the local stage. We want to finish up there, then we'll come down, because they give us the authority to come down. My people. Is international that give us the authority to come down, my people. So I want us to know that everything that we are doing, there is a law behind it. There is a legal behind it. There is a law. There will support us. There is 3 laws. There is 3 body laws. 1933 Montevideo Convention. That wasn't enough. Geneva Convention 1949. UN Charter, the one I am reading here right now. The one I searched and I pulled documents out. And we are doing this from several times. Prohibition of the threats used to force. Article 2, paragraph 4, United Nations Charter. This is the document I am reading. I am not telling you a story. You can see. I search things I do. I don't just do things. This is the pure truth. I search it and I see it. I search it for me to know, is it a right to do this, to have a new country? And they said yes, that is a right. We must continue. Article 4. Conditions for membership. Article 4, paragraph 1. A new state membership is open to all peaceful, loving states to recognize them. To do what? To recognize them. Anybody who wants to recognize us as a new country is free to recognize us. It's not by force, it's not by war, it's voluntarily. Which accept the obligation, continue, in the present charter and in the judgment of the organization, are able and willing to carry out this obligation. It is very simple, but because of lack of understanding, because of we don't research, that is why we miss it, and today we are where we are today. Continue. Process of admission, Article 4, Paragraph 2, details the process starting the administration is effective by decision of the General Assembly upon the recommendation of Security Council, UN. In summary, a new country has its right to use their army without recognition to protect the integrity, the border, and the citizens of the new country. United States of Biafra as a new country has its right under UN at paragraph 4, Article 4, paragraph 2, they details everything that you to know about a new country, to protect its border, to take care of its citizens. All are there. Listen.
Territory with an army. Articles 2 and 4 are particularly relevant. Article 2, the principles of the UN. Article 2 outlines the core principles that all UN member states must follow. The most important of these in relation to a country's armed forces are sovereign equality. Article 2, paragraph 1, states that the UN is based on the principle of the sovereign equality of all its members. This means that each member state has the same rights and responsibilities, and that no state can interfere in the internal affairs of another. This principle inherently...
Now we are commanding, the government has commanded Biafra army to come outside to defend Biafran borders. No country will intervene. Do you know why? Because we officially declared it as a new country. The law support us. It's only when you don't know that they will intimidate you. And those are leading the affair of Biafra right now understand all this law and they're using it. Olive Ozo, good evening from here. You're welcome.
Grants a state the right to maintain its own government and armed forces to protect its sovereignty. Prohibition of the threat.
They use armed force to protect the integrity, the borders of Biafra. You had it here. You had it here. That is why our DPM call on the army to come outside in every 40 states to protect Biafra land and chase away Nigeria terrorist military.
Use of force. Article 2, paragraph 4, is a cornerstone of international law. It requires all members to, quote, refrain in their international relations from the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state, or in any other manner inconsistent with the purposes of the United Nations. This means that while a country can have an army for self-defense, it cannot use it to attack or threaten another country's territory. Peaceful settlement of disputes. Article 2, paragraph 3, obligates all members to, quote, settle their international disputes by peaceful means in such a manner that international peace and security and justice are not endangered. This reinforces the idea that an army should not be used as a first resort in international disputes. Article 4, membership in the UN. Article 4 sets out the conditions for a state to become a member of the United Nations. Conditions for membership. Article 4, paragraph 1, states that membership is open to, quote, all other peace-loving states which accept the obligations contained in the present charter and, in the judgment of the organization, are able and willing to carry out these obligations. Process of admission. Article 4, paragraph 2 details the process, stating that admission is, quote, effected by a decision of the General Assembly upon the recommendation of the Security Council. In summary, while the UN Charter allows for a new country to have an army to protect its territory and sovereignty, inherent in the principle of sovereign equality, it places strict limitations on how that army can be used. A new country's government, in order to be considered peace-loving and fulfill its obligations under the Charter, must agree to refrain from using its army for aggression against the territorial integrity or political independence.
What do you hear? We have rights, but there is where the army will work. Since we declared, do you see Biafra attacking Nigeria border? Biafra army? No. We say in our own border to defend ourselves. They call it self-defense. They say this is where the army can do their job. This is where the army can do their job. This is where the army needed in every state to protect every border. It could be very easy for us, instead of waiting for Kigbe alone to come out from there, go to Odu Anambra to go and defend Biafra land. It's not working in that way also, despite what UN Charter is telling us right here. Everything they are telling us here is what they have for us. That is why I said, those who was piloting the affair of Biafra is over all these years, they don't know how to follow it up. They don't know it. That is why they are messing up. Today, those who know it by Mas Simon Ekpa, and the Biafra government are doing the marvelous job of doing everything. It is a time to call Biafra army to come out from bush and protect. It's a time to give them order to protect our integrity, our borders, our sovereignty as a new state, as a new nation. Everything here is, they will tell you that this is what? A new country. Not a new bridge, not a new fallback, not a new IPOB, not a new autopilot, not a nothing. It's not about carrying people to the the one thing you will say, that thing she said, where do you get the support? After she said it on Saturday, I took my time to rethink and be asking questions on internet to find out what give her the authority to say that, what is the backup of it, until I find it. That is why I'm presenting to you that what she said is our right to do that, my fellow Biafran people. I hope you understand why we are here this evening. We have read it from 1 to 4 and we'll finish it. In summary, it's our right. They said yes, it's a right of a new country without official recognition to use army to protect their citizens and their border under self-defense law. I don't know, it's already morning here. We are not going to allow call today. Please, we are going to end it here, although we'll come back again tomorrow to continue, because there is a lot of these that support what we are doing that we must know. You heard it today clearly. UN Charter Article 2 and 4 supported us to call on Biafran army, the government, to unleash Biafran army on the street to protect our border. It's a time for them to come out under self-defense, to defend the citizens, stop burning of houses, markets, schools, and illegal kidnapping, illegal arrest in our land. In every state of Biafra, the order has been given. They must carry it out. Now, what we're going to do tomorrow, if any under international law, if any of them was arrested by the enemy state, what will happen and how they will be treated, you will hear it tomorrow. So I must tell you, here is already 2 a.m. in the morning. It's already 2 a.m. in the, yes, it's almost, yes, it is 2:30 a.m. I have to go and rest for go to work tomorrow morning, the country where I am. So I must tell you that everything that we are doing is our right, it's our fundamental right, it's our inalienable right to do it. Do not panic. Your government is on the right track. The government is a savior of you and I. Mas Simon, Mas Nandekano. Declaration as well, but to be a fought for this declaration so hard. Use 1 year to prepare for it. Those that don't know the road thought he was playing, but now we know with all this that he knows the road very well, and somebody he hand over to also know the road. International law is our template. No international law, no Biafra. We will lose like what happened to Juku. That is why we must start from international to come down to the land. This is how it is right now. From me, from here, it's a good night or a good morning to you. Have a wonderful day until we see again.